share, and tune in. There we go. Facebook, we live. Ready to go.
Seems like you got this down pat, Cam. Been done this. That's your first rodeo.
I watched all your videos last night.
Good. Good.
I watched all the videos last night. 1 minute and we'll come on up. We'll come up on radio.
Cool.
Cool. Let's get it started. All right. All right, we're ready. Hey, this is Cam Hill on the Cam Hill Show on GMT Radio, Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 1:30. I have a friend that's in his place, Rushion McDonald. Hey, my friend, what's going on?
I'm doing really good. I appreciate being on your show. Thank you for asking to be on your show, and I'm ready to uplift some people or give them information on how to win in life on not just every day, just today, but every day.
Every day. Rushion McDonald, they call you the Renaissance man, my friend. Why is that?
Because I don't limit myself. I really don't. I come from as they say, the hood, Fifth Ward, which is located in Houston, Texas, and it's a neighborhood that's not going under high levels of gentrification. But when I grew up, it was just a straight black neighborhood, where where the city bus came in, it was black folks. When the city bus left, it was black people, and so that's the community I grew up in, brother. And when it dropped you off on the black side of Houston, Texas, downtown. And so.
Absolutely.
And so, but what I've chosen to believe is that what I saw on TV as a kid, I felt I could do it, and I didn't limit myself on saying what I couldn't do.
Absolutely, 2-time Emmy Award-winning TV producer, the ambassador for the Perfect Bake Pro Scale.
Yes, sir.
Host
I would tell you something. That's when people started calling me a Renaissance man, when I became an award-winning baker, because on Steve Harvey Talk Show that we created, the Steve Harvey Talk Show ran for like 6 years in syndication. He pranked me on his show. I never baked in my life, and I proceeded to show them that they couldn't embarrass me, and I made 3 amazing cakes that they were delivered the next day. And now I have an app called Perfect Bake that has over 80 recipes on the apps, from peach cobbler to apple pie to baked banana split to monkey bread to all the desserts that make us happy as kids when we were growing up in the South. Is on there, and it's under my name, Rushion McDonald, and that's why I am an ambassador for a scale called the Perfect Bake Scale, where you need no measuring cups and no measuring spoons, and it will help you deliver the best recipe, the best baking cake idea that you've ever conceived, because all you have to do is just follow an app.
You just follow the app.
Just follow the app, or just follow Rushion. How about that? Just follow Rushion.
There you go. Follow Rushion. Host of Money-Making Conversations.
It's my pride and joy, man. That's my pride and joy. It started in 2017. What I do CEOs, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and industry decision makers. So people I call influencers like you. People who are come for information. People who are shaping the lives of everyday people. People who mentor people. And if you go to my website, it's moneymakingconversations.com. You'll see the nature and the level of interviews that I have. If you go to my YouTube channel, which is you can subscribe to, I have almost 32,000 subscribers. So I'd love for anybody who's listening to go to my YouTube channel, which is YouTube.com/Money Making Conversations. And you'll see all the interviews. They are broken up into playlists from celebrities in entertainment, celebrities in music, authors, chefs, directors, sports, which include athletes, different levels of health and wellness, and it allows people to share a lane of a dream. If you want an expert in that dream, is on my YouTube channel, and it's broken up into playlists. You want to get into entertainment, just listen to interviews of various entertainers that I've done. You want to listen to people in music, the Yolanda Adams, stars like that, I got them there. You want to learn about somebody help you with your finances, I got a playlist for that. Dr. Lynn Richardson and Ashley Fox are talking on there. So I've broken it down. So if you are looking for some place to go where you need advice or information or how to, just go to my YouTube channel. It's called Money Making Conversations on YouTube.
Love that. Love that. You're a writer.
Yes. It's really interesting. When I was in high school, I didn't care. I didn't care about studying. God gave me the ability to look at things real quick. I could memorize it and I could walk away. And so when I got to college, I graduated from University of Houston. I realized that I had remedial writing skills in English. And so I had to, before I could move forward in college, I had to go back and take basically my senior year of a high school English all over again in order for me to move forward. And lo and behold, I'm a writer. So when God make you do certain things, you should listen, okay? Because you don't know why he's making you do that. I didn't know. All I knew, I had to get my education. I wanted to move forward. But he told me you couldn't move forward if you know how to read or write. And so I had to go back and learn how to write. I could read, I apologize, but I didn't know how to write in a structured way where people would respect it. And so I had to go learn that. And my whole success and my whole launch of my career in Hollywood was tied to me writing sitcoms.
Wow. The other thing too is that you are a media brand builder. You build people's brands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I currently manage ESPN Stephen A. Smith. He's one of my clients that I have right now. Of course, everybody knows the biggest brand I built that's out there every day is Steve Harvey.
Right.
I take full credit for that, because we have representation. I've learned in this business, you don't take credit, somebody else will.
Exactly.
And then try to make money off of
it. Exactly.
Let everybody in the age we live, I call this the Muhammad Ali era. If you're not out there telling everybody you the greatest, brother, look at somebody else going in front of you and go and be staring at you and telling you I'm the greatest, using what you built to say I'm the greatest. Wow. So you better shout it out, and shout it out on social media, shout it out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever they let you talk. For free now. Here's the beauty of this, Cam. You don't have to pay for this type of shout out. You go right now on LinkedIn and tell everybody what you do. And somebody will follow you, somebody will like you, somebody will forward your greatness.
Isn't that something? I love the way you brand it. We were speaking about branding. We were talking earlier because we met at a nonprofit event, Sparkles of Life. Shout out to Rhonda. That has that. And we were judging gumbo and things. But when I first met you, we didn't know each other. She said, "Hey, Cam, this is Rushion." And you said, "Hey, yeah, I'm Rushion." Never your last name. It was just friendship. I had some jeans on and had gone out, I had a suit on and gone out. And they said, "Well, we're doing gumbo. Go put your jeans on."
Right.
I came up to you and I told you, "Hey, man, I see you got your suit on." He said, "Always." And I said, "Hey, I got my suit, my pants in the car." You paused and you said, "Go get your pants."
Yes, I did.
And then when I came back, I changed and you came back to me. And it was a pivotal moment for me. And I want to thank you for it because you said to me as we were sitting down at the table, "That's your brand."
Yes.
Never let anyone change you. And from that point on, that has blessed my life from that day on. I just want to appreciate you because you said that's your brand. That's who you are.
Yeah, and I said it honestly, and I said that without any malice. I said that about
Yes,
what I know to be true. Okay,
yes,
and
yes,
and so what people kind of do is they kind of allow situations. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like this is I'm at home. I'm
right,
during the pandemic time. I will not
yeah,
have my suit. I
right.
feel very comfortable looking like this. I
Yeah.
think I'm stylishly at
Oh,
the
you
house.
solid.
Okay,
Yeah, you good, looking good, boy. Man.
look.
You good.
And so, but if I'm going to any meeting, I'm going to an environment. Success is tied to my brand, and
Yes,
people expect me to look a certain way, and I'm fine with it. But I'm gonna just
yes.
tell you, it takes effort to look a certain way now. It takes
Mm-hmm.
effort to keep my beard shaped clean and my head shaved. And it takes effort for me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do my stretching and do my 1 mile on my treadmill. It takes effort. But all that
Mm-hmm.
effort pays off if you're consistent with it. That's all I'm saying, Cam. Be consistent with it. You can't be part-time great.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can't be part-time great.
No.
That's it.
And a lot of people think you can. And then they get frustrated when they get some success, but then as fast as they get ahead, they fall backwards because they're not
Mm-hmm.
consistent. I'm gonna tell you something about consistency. Consistency challenges other people around you to be who you want them to be and who you need them to be. Because
Mm-hmm.
consistency forces people to understand. When you come around Rushion, he no joke. A lot of people say that about me.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Mm-hmm.
around Rushion, man, that dude no joke now. You know why
Mm-hmm.
they say that? Because they know that I have standards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They know I
Mm-hmm.
have standards. If I have standards, guess what? You have to meet those standards. You meet them
Right.
every day.
Right. Right. Right.
So you
Exactly.
have a brand. And so when I met you, you had everything going for you. Nice smile, great personality. You knew the same people I knew who were there for a good cause. So I knew you were willing to set aside your personal time to enrich other people in another environment. I knew that.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
we started talking because I know I had my gray suit on, man. I was ready.
Yeah, you
My wife
ready?
said we were gonna go. I was ready. I was sharp. I knew that. Tailor made suit. I know when I sit standing in front of the mirror, what's coming back. There's no broken mirrors in my house, Cam. I'm not a vampire. There are no broken mirrors in my house. Okay. And so I saw you in the blue jeans. I go, what's going on? What's going on?
I know. You did.
I'm like,
You you like, what's going on here? You did look at
you
me
know,
like that. What's up?
yeah, here you go. Here's the real deal, Cam. I go, you're sitting next to me, right?
You did say that. You did. You did look at me like that.
Really? Come on,
You did. That was too funny.
now.
Motivational speaker. You truly are. You man. You get on that stage and you tear it apart.
Well, I think that it really interesting. First of all, to do anything in life, you have to be willing to accept criticism. Okay,
Yeah.
and criticism is a hard thing to accept because we all want to be perfect. And
Yeah.
when
I know.
somebody critiques you, that means
Hmm.
you have to make an adjustment. You have
Yeah.
to admit there is a flaw. Now,
Hmm.
what are your goals? My goal is to get better every day. The only way I'm
Yeah.
gonna get better every day is to find out what's stopping me from being great.
Yeah. Right.
What's stopping me from being better every day? Well, guess what? It's probably something you're doing wrong. And this year, like I stopped managing Steve Harvey in 2016,
Hmm.
and it took me 3 years to really find my voice and surround myself with people who believed in my brand. And then this
Hmm.
year, I really sat down and hired some people to brand me, to help me with my brand. Because
Hmm.
sometimes when you look in the mirror, you can fix other people's problems, but sometimes you can't fix your own. So
Hmm.
I brought in some experts to tell me who who is my target audiences.
Right.
And I realized that my target audience, when you first looked at me, was plus 60. But
Hmm.
the people who want to hear me talk are 25 to 44.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so I had to target that. And I wasn't targeting that because I thought I was a plus 60 type person. My audience went from like 45 to 65. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's what I was comfortable with. But they said, no, 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 no. That's not who want to hear you. The people
Hmm.
who want to hear you are the 25 to 44. And if you go to my YouTube channel and you pull up my insights, that's who it is. You
Yeah.
go to
That's
my
it.
You go to my Facebook, that's who it is. And so 88% of my followers on Facebook, I have like 786,000 followers. 88% of my followers are female.
Wow.
Female. And so that means that in this age of trying to talk about your brand, you have to know who you are talking to, and deliver a message of what they want to talk to. And I know that a lot of my followers have been built because I'm a baker.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and so I post some food on my Facebook. It's crazy. They go viral. They see me holding a pie, a cookie, or a sandwich. It's on and cracking.
We were at the gumbo event, and you were like, Cam, before you even touch that, we're not even eat that. They don't even look right.
You know, with the, I was sitting up with Rhonda, planning her next year's event. You know,
right.
That's how I am, man. You know, God give me ability to tell people how to be successful. I'm gonna do it. That's what money making conversation is. You know,
exactly.
I can't mentor everybody, but I can set up a platform. If you want to hear some great interviews about people, because I always ask people what they do to be successful.
Yeah.
How did they get started? I interviewed Henry Simmons. Henry Simmons is one of the stars of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And it'll come out next week. I interviewed Daryl Orlando because he's in that new Spike Lee movie, The Five Bloods. Peter's Clark is in the movie. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. is in that movie. I just interviewed Bakari Sellers, who was on CNN, one of the youngest congressmen in the history of South Carolina when he won. State of South Carolina when he won at the age of 22. You know, I just feel good when they tell me I ask questions that aren't normally asked because I don't have an agenda. I'm not there to ambush you. I'm not there to find out who you dating or why you got married or why you having sex with that person. I'm here to get information about how you can make the person who's listening successful.
Absolutely.
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 And I talked to him about 30 minutes. In fact, I interviewed Megan Good this week as well. She'll be coming up on the interview. Yolanda Adams was a regular on my show. Yeah. And, you know, I say this because, you know, at the end of the interview off air, you know, before we hung up, he said, oh, this is Henry Simmons. He said, I'm going to tell you something, man, because last week, this week, in fact, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premiered. He said, I've done a lot of media this week because of the premiere. You're the best, man. You're the best, dude.
You are.
I haven't been interviewed like anybody because you ask questions that nobody else asked. Like asked a question like I told him the importance of him being a black superhero.
Woo.
I said, do you know how important that is, man? You know how important Nick Fury is to us? You know how important Black Panther is to us? Because we have fantasies too.
Yeah.
We don't always want to be rescued by Captain America.
Exactly.
You got quiet. Because, you know, I said sometimes in your craft, you know, you're just working on your craft, but don't realize the impact that you have on everyday people. And that's how I am. That's why I'm on this show. I'm just trying to let everybody know the impact that Cam Hill is having. And the only way you're going to be able to show people that you have an impact is to have people like me come on your show.
Absolutely. And I appreciate it, man. I definitely do, because you are so impactful to the world, and and just think about, so right now people at home, many of them got laid off, 30 million people unemployed.
Right.
And we were talking about, what would you talk to them about? They have dreams too, right now.
Right.
They've been laid off. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, first of all, you know, is that you got to have a plan to get out of the rut.
Oh, you got
to have a plan to get out of the rut. Immediately when the pandemic hit, I made a budget. And I started, and I've been paying the minimum on my credit card every month. You ain't got to pay the max, just pay the minimum. As long as you hit that minimum number, they're going to keep you in business. Okay.
Right.
And then also I realized that a lot of people are taking advantage of the fact that we have to change our whole outlook on how we're going to be employed in the future. A lot of it's going to be like this: Zoom calls or
Skype
calls. This is the new way to be interviewed. So that means we need to go in there go in our bathrooms or we have a mirror and start looking at how we talk.
Right.
And look at our presentation. But more importantly, realize that we're minorities or people of color always going to be victimized by change.
Yes.
Because we're the first to complain about the change, but we're the last to adjust to the change. Let me say that one more time.
One more time.
To complain about the change, but we're the last to adjust to the change. And so the only way you're going to adjust is by having a plan. And by having a plan means what can you adjust in your financial life?
Right.
Netflix, bills you don't need. And so the type of food that you eat, eating out, things like that. Creating relationships with people that support you. But more importantly, because we have to deal with so much and we always work from a budget to the next level, the most important thing is we have to change our eating habits. We have to start eating mass foods, potatoes, greens, stuff that you cook, hang around for 2 or 3 days.
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of like how it was when I was growing up.
Right. We have to go back.
Learn to eat food.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cheapest stuff that you go in the grocery store that you can get a lot of is in bags. Bag of potatoes, bag of this yams, bag of white potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Bag of apples. Get them bags and start shopping. Get bags.
Yeah.
Walk out there with a lot of food. Greens, cabbage, meal. Okay, flour. Just go to the basics, man. You know, everything doesn't have to be. Get them chicken thighs, drumsticks. Hey, man, I'm telling you, hey man, I know how to cut back, man. Okay, I don't have to have the breast.
Yeah,
give me them thighs. Like get that rack, about 20 of them coming there. Yeah, get them the drumstick, about 20 of them coming there. They be about that wide. Come on, man.
We can eat. We can eat.
I don't have to go over there to the ground beef section. I'm just letting you know that right now.
You don't have to have those steaks either.
I will live and die. You can live and die in the fish and chicken section. Okay.
You sure can. You definitely can do that.
During the pandemic, you don't need no shrimp.
You don't need those steaks either.
Nah, I wasn't even gonna go there, Cam. So you need I'm over here talking about grabbing bags of yam and bags of white potatoes. How the heck I'm gonna say anything about steak?
Everybody wants to know the question: how did you and Steve Harvey meet, your relationship, and how did you all go forward and be successful?
Oh, that's great. You know, a lot of people have asked that question. Steve and I, we met in 1986 when I was still employed at IBM. Actually, I was about to leave IBM to pursue my career as a stand-up comedian. A lot of people don't know I'm a stand-up comedian. And Steve Harvey was my opening act for that entire weekend. That's how we met. It was in Houston, Texas, at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Houston, Texas. And we drove around and we talked about stand-up comedy, how you know when your set's over with, and how to set up jokes, how do you market yourselves, and I bought him a watch at a Service Merchandise, which was open at the time. I just showed him how this watch was a time. When you walk on stage, hit this timer, and every 10 minutes it would chirp, but only you could hear the chirp. That way you know how long you were on stage. Right. And so that was in 86. Then in 88, I saw him make his first appearance on Showtime at the Apollo when he did that famous Mike Tyson eye joke. The eye. Lordy. And then in 1992, that's when Def Comedy Jam came out. And when Def Comedy Jam came out, you know, I did it, and it was a Def Comedy Jam tour. And at the same time, I opened up a very popular comedy club in Houston, Texas, called the Hip Hop Comedy Stop, one of the best comedy clubs in the country. And they came through and they asked me if they want to come by for payment now, for money, not because they like me. They paid me to come on stage at the Houston Arena Theater, which is it's about 3,000, is in the round. And Steve called me, and I went by and met him and drove over in his limo, and he asked me about his stand-up comedy. He ran by some jokes by me and the lineup. he always had respect for my how I thought. He always had respect for how I presented myself. And but I had never seen him do stand up other than when he did stand up for me in '86 as an opening act, and what I saw on Showtime at the Apollo in 1988. So in 1992, Houston was my time, and it still
Right.
is my time.
Right.
Houston, Texas. So I went on that stage after Joe Torre introduced me and just killed. Just as they say, set the stage on fire.
Fire.
Boom! Walked off stage, had my swag on, and Steve walked on stage. They introduced him, and he got a standing ovation before he said a joke. As he walked to the stage, people were standing up applauding him. I'd never seen that in my life. And he proceeded to do a set, and in his comedy set, uh, not one of those jokes I never would have thought of. And in
Wow.
that very moment, I realized that God gave me a gift to do comedy. He wants to do comedy. Get it? I can do comedy. He wants to do comedy. And
Wow.
I knew right then and there that was a game changer moment in my life, because like 3 months later, he asked me, did I want to? He told me he had an opportunity to do a TV show on ABC,
Uh-huh.
and he asked me, what you like to do? I told him I want to be a writer. I want to be a producer. And he was surprised because I was such a talented stand-up comedian. He
Right.
thought I was going to say something like actor and so I said, no. Hey, dude, I saw him on stage. I could be him. What am I going to tell him? I want to be one of the best comedians in the world. I just saw the best comedian in the
Right.
world come in
Right.
the world on stage right after me, and so he got me my first writer's job on ABC. It was called Me and the Boys, and that set the
Men.
stage for me to write on A Parenthood with Robert Townsend, write on Arsenio Hall's sitcom that was on ABC, write on Tia and Tamara's show, which was Sister Sister, write on Jamie Foxx show, and Jamie eventually won an Oscar. And I left Jamie Foxx show and went and wrote on The Parkers with Sarah Finney Johnson, who's the executive producer, and of course Monique, we all know, won an Oscar. And then
Right.
at the same time period, while I was doing Monique's show, I started managing Steve Harvey in 2000. And in 2000, we were the high paid. He was the highest paid talent, local radio talent in the country. And in 2005, we left LA to pursue an opportunity with Clear Channel, which is now iHeartMedia. And then in 2009, uh, wrote the book. He wrote the book, and I marketed and branded the book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, which
Mm-hmm.
sold 3 million books worldwide, was translated in 30 languages, never had been done before.
Wow.
And then that translated into a talk show opportunity called the Steve Harvey Talk Show. In 2010, I negotiated the contract for the Family Feud, which is
Right.
now. And at the time, Family Feud ratings were like 1.7. So
Mm-hmm.
usually when it comes to black people, it's at the end of the road, like
Right.
boys
Right.
say, end of the road. They throw a check towards a black person on the show, and
Right.
so it was 1.7 at the end of the. And they allowed me, great people over there. I still consider them friends, to market and brand the show. And after the first season, the ratings went up from 1.7 to 2.4 with him as the
Right.
host.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it's the highest rated game show. Some markets to come on 4 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and that translated into the Celebrity Family Feud, and then of course Miss Universe, and the rest is history. Like I said, and the biggest relationship thing that we created out of that was I had an idea called the Hoodie Awards that I started in Houston, Texas in 1997. He loved the idea, and we built it out into the most incredible community award show in the history of our community, called the Neighborhood Awards / Hood Awards.
Yeah.
And where we will recognize best soul food shop, best soul food place, best beauty salon, barbershop, church choir, uh, high school teacher, coach, um, nail shops, car washes,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was an amazing thing, man. And we did it in Vegas, and the best hotels in Vegas. Not on the beach strip. We was in the Four Seasons, uh, Mandalay Bay, We was in the MGM Grand. You know, we were a well-respected venue, a customer in Las Vegas that for a minority that was not on TV. We sold out all those hotels, and we did it in Atlanta for 2 years, the Neighborhood Awards, and we had over 150,000 people show up each year that we did it in Atlanta at the GWCC, and at the time the Phillips Arena, which we sold out, which is now a State Farm Arena.
Woohoo, man! You've done it. You've done it, man. You have done it.
I won't say, Cam, that I've done it. I say I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
There's one of the. Of course, I've looked at all through the night videos.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. That means I have content out there. I have content. That's called content, Cam.
Shout out to a friend of mine. She said this morning, she called me. She said, "Just be relaxed and everything." But there was one of them that says, "Do not hire your unqualified relatives."
That's right. That's right. Do not. I would tell people, do not hire anybody. Instead of going to HR, they go to your mama. Don't hire nobody that can go to your mama and complain that you're about to fire them. Okay? That you cannot do. You know, mama, he about to fire me. But you won't tell mama that you're the worst employee that I've ever hired or you've ever hired. And then the mama over there going to give you a second. Mama, I've given them 10 chances. Okay?
Exactly.
In fact, they don't even have standards no more. They show up when they feel like it. So when you hire relatives, and it's really, I'm telling you something, don't hire nobody really, Cam, that you feel sorry for or sympathy for. You can't hire anybody with sympathy. You gotta hire the best qualified people, because people you hire as sympathy want to get paid like the best qualified people. Right. And in today's age, you can't just fire nobody. You gotta counsel them. You know, you gotta counsel them. Because guess what? As soon as you fire them, they're just going to run down there and file unemployment. And when you file unemployment, that's going to raise your unemployment tax, which means you're going to pay more money anyway. So you're sitting around there hiring relatives that you have seen at the family reunion slap somebody unnecessarily. Now you think that you can bring that uncontrollable person to your job, your place of employment, and they're going to respect the environment that you're trying to call your workplace for 40 hours a week. I don't think so. I don't think so.
They sleep in the corner.
They're gonna bring their babysitting issues. They're gonna bring their I can't find a ride issues. They're gonna bring them I'm tired issues. They're gonna bring their can I go home early today issues. They're gonna bring all those issues to your place of business. And then the worst part about it, they're gonna start encouraging other employees to be like Mike, be like them. Exactly. So don't ever hire employees that are relatives unless you're willing to, unless they have the same standards of the people that you will hire that you don't know.
You had me laughing on the floor when you said they all on the phone and gonna look at you as if it's their business to get off the phone.
Absolutely. You know, the beauty of who I am, Cam, is that I'm gonna always be funny, you know. And I have the ability to be able to communicate like we're doing this interview. You know, it's a very informative interview, but along the way I bring levity to it because I see life through a different eye. I see life through a eye of high scrutiny and how I can make people pay attention to what I'm trying to say. Everything I'm saying in that whole run was truthful.
Yeah, that was true.
You know, truthful. Now they'll take it away and go, I heard this guy talking about don't hire your relative. That's all I want you to walk away with.
That's it.
Because just like you came up, Rushion, you was on there talking about not hiring your relative. That's it.
That's all.
That's it. That's it. So all that other information, somebody go, why did he say that? They're going to remember maybe 2 or 3 of the things that I said. And then the person they talking to going to go, I agree with him.
That's how we do, don't we?
That's how we do. That makes sense. So you always got to make sense, man. If you got to make sense. You got to make sense.
Always got to make sense. Isn't that something? Absolutely. You are a social media influencer. You are an influencer, my friend.
Well, you know, I would just talk to people. Let's slow it down. What is an influencer, and how can you have an impact in social media? It's called engagement. Right. If you're
Yes.
creating engagement, then you can be an influencer. I know that because we caught up in those big numbers. When you see,
Yeah.
somebody with 40 million and the
Yes.
Kardashians, Braun or Kevin Hart or Stephen A. Smith or Steve Harvey or Ellen DeGeneres, all these millions and millions of followers.
Yeah.
You can be an influencer with 19,000 Instagram followers.
Hmm. You
You
hit
can
it.
be an influencer with 36,000 Facebook followers based
Hmm.
on your engagement.
Yes.
If you
Hmm.
have a group of people who react to certain things that you do on a regular basis, then you are an influencer. I'm just telling people who are watching this segment on your show, the Cam Hill show, is to let them know is don't get caught up in the numbers, get caught up in the engagement and get caught up in who you're actually trying to talk to. And when you actually go out to talk to them, they react. Like I told you, 88% of my Facebook followers are female. If
Right.
I post every Tuesday and Friday, I post Baker Spotlight.
Hmm.
Every Wednesday, my girl Chef Jamaica, she posts something. Every Saturday, Patty LaBelle drops a recipe video. Patty LaBelle.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I also do a feature called Rushion Eats, favorite places I'm recommending you to eat. Okay. And then every once in a while, I post a video of an image of me holding a cake that I pulled out the oven,
Hmm.
uh, or something I'm eating, and they just lose their mind. That's called engagement because of the
Right.
fact they respect what I say and what I do. Because
Hmm.
my whole thing is that I encourage people to trust themselves and believe in their lives. And a lot
Right.
of people don't do that because of the fact that they feel that what they're trying to achieve can't be achieved and they can't do the impossible. But anybody can do the impossible if you're playing for it.
Right. Right. And right
Yeah,
now, people need
I'm
that.
serious when I say that. I know it sounds simple, but
Hmm.
I think that it sounds simple to me because I believe in it.
Hmm. Hmm.
It sounds hard or difficult for people because they don't believe in it. They don't believe that what I'm saying they can actually be a part of their DNA. My DNA is tied to saying I can. Nobody can tell me what I can't do. Now you can
Right.
tell me I can't speak Spanish, but guess what? I can learn to read it, and
Right.
I can learn to understand it. I might
Hmm.
never speak it, but you are not going to stop me from understanding it. And so,
Hmm.
because I'm not saying I'll be able to articulate the right enunciation on a regular basis. That's just me. But I think that don't ever let people tell you what you cannot do.
Right. 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 And we were talking earlier. You were thinking about being a forklift driver. Nobody knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. My father, third grade education, forklift driver, truck driver, Houston, Texas.
Yes.
My mom graduated from high school. I have six beautiful sisters, two amazing brothers. We all have different personalities. And at 15, 16 years old, my father gave me my first job um, in Houston off of I-10 and Market Street. It was a delivery company.
Right.
And he said, look, he said, I know these people. They knew him. They said he hired me. And so, it's all things. You have the black side, black workers, and the white worker. Well, the black
Right.
workers unloaded the trucks, okay,
Hmm.
drove the forklifts. Them were my boys. We ate breakfast together, we ate lunch together, dinner together. And I admired them. Those were my first male adult mentors in my life.
Right.
One of my
Right.
school teachers. It was these guys unloading boxes and driving these forklifts. And boy, they could drive those forklifts. So
Right.
much so that that was my goal. My dream was when I got out of high school, I was going to drive a forklift. I was going to be a forklift driver.
Uh-huh.
My teachers telling me I was smart, despite schools offering me scholarships, despite being able to go to any school in the country. My best friend, she went to Rice. My other best friend, she went to Purdue. So I was hanging out with smart people,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I wanted to be a forklift driver because those are the
Right.
people who impressed me the most. That's why it's important to be around people who could elevate your dreams.
Right.
And
Right.
if you, and I'm not saying that they were a negative influence, but they were an influence that I was limiting my dreams and my capacity to be successful. Because guess what? It was easy.
Yes.
See, I
Hmm.
knew I could immediately go get a forklifting job, but to go to
Yeah.
college was 4 years.
Right.
What you gonna choose? The 4-year college plan or to
Yep.
get a forklift job tomorrow?
Right. There you go.
I went and got the forklift job as soon as I got out of high school. But God had a plan for me because I lowered a box on a person's hand and broke it. Now, I'm not saying I'm bragging about that, but I got fired. Because the guy said, you don't know what you're doing, young man. You need to go find another line of work because driving a forklift is not something you should be doing anywhere on a regular. And my next job after that, I went to work for the post office, and then I was got an opportunity to go to. It was still in early August, so I went down to Prairie View, looked at Prairie View A&M, and I went to Southern University, and then realized I had been accepted at the University of Houston. Didn't know that, and that's why I eventually went to college at the University of Houston, and it changed my life. Changed my life.
And going through that process, getting there to the University of Houston,
yes,
and looking back during that time, what were you thinking? Where were you thinking of going? Because you were in what, mathematics? What did you decide?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to university. It took me 7 years to graduate from college. 7 years, because I was trying to find an easy degree. I was trying to find a degree that let me out quick with very little effort.
Like now.
I'm gonna tell you something, Cam. It ain't in college. That degree plan ain't in college. Okay. I was looking though. It took me 4.5 years to realize it's not on this campus. Okay. Because I graduated in 2.5 years. Once I realized that if I put forth effort, I put forth an ability to understand that you create relationships that want to help you and put a relationship with people who have the similar dreams, then you're not going to make it out of this college platform.
Right.
And so once I did that, because I had started out in civil engineering, then I went to chemical engineering, then I went to computer science. And then I went to physics, and physics, I got an F. I realized that, hey man, this college thing is crazy good. I wasn't ready for it. And so eventually I would tell people, I just say this is what I learned about short-term goals in college.
Yeah.
I pledged Omega Psi Phi fraternity. I pledged Omega Psi Phi fraternity because I needed to complete something. Because I knew I couldn't finish college. So I said, what could I do that I could use as a goal? Something I could use to say I completed it. Then once I say I completed that, then I can use it as a stepping stone to my next goal. Well, I pledged to make it 5 fraternity. They said the program was 6 weeks and wound up being 13 weeks. They lied to me, but I did complete it. And so when I completed that goal, Cam, that was in the spring of '81. And then the fall of '81, I became the vice president of student body. Now, because of the University of Houston. Now, as a black person being vice president of student body of the university, something I realized I kind of trivialized at the time because I was just living a life.
Yeah, but that's serious.
And then I made the dean's list, and then I got straight. I got my minors in sociology, which is a Black Studies 4.0. Then I got my degree in mathematics, and then at the simultaneously, I was working at IBM the last year and a half of my college training, and then that propelled me to be a full-time employee at IBM. So I always tell people that, you got to give effort, man. I'm sorry, I can't tell you any other way to be successful. Not giving effort. You got to give 100%, and that's what I told you. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was living proof. Trying to find an easy degree, and dude, I had all the friends. Hey man, who's the easy professor? Man, they sent me in that class with that dude. They told me he was an easy physics teacher. I got an F so fast. Hey, what was easy about him? Well, I guess it was easy how quickly he gave me that F.
Exactly. That was easy.
Because I was trying to find an easy way out. And so people were listening to me and trying to follow the advice or the path that I led. It's all about effort, man. I always tell people 24 hours in a day, learn to take advantage of every hour.
Right. And you have done a lot of work. The body of work we just talked about, Arsenio Hall, the Parker, sister. We've talked about this,
right. And here's the funny part about it, and the good part about it.
Yeah.
If any one of those people saw me today, they'd hug me.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union, Kevin Hart, Kim Whitley, I gave her first acting job. Gabrielle Union, I used to cast her on Sister Sister.
Uh-huh.
You know, Dr. Turner, who has produced this amazing show on it's called Uncorked, the movie Uncorked. If
Mm-hmm.
anybody hasn't seen it on Netflix, it's a great movie starring Courtney Courtney Vance and Niecy Nash. It's called
Yes.
Uncorked. Netflix. Everybody should watch. Great movie. And so money making conversation has allowed me to see how much value I had in the entertainment community outside of branding and growing Steve Harvey's career. I've affected a lot of people. Wendy Raquel Robertson, one of my great friends, she has a foundation called Amazing Grace Conservatory that I've been supporting for 15 years financially. I'm making donations and giving out at least 5 to 10 scholarships every year for
Mm-hmm.
underprivileged students who can pursue a career in acting and entertainment. So that's me. You know, I have at the University of Houston. I have an endowment of a quarter million, $250,000 I set up for African American students who are want to go into the fields of mathematics, or science, or optometry, where I give out 3 scholarships a year annually over at the
Wow.
University of Houston. I feel good about what I've done in my life, what I'm doing in my life. I feel I'm leaving some legacies that are going to be there forever. Like my endowment will always have my name at the University of Houston when I'm
Right.
dead and buried and dead and reburied. And I love it, man. When people can type in Rushion McDonald and a lot pops up. You
Right.
know, you
Right.
know. That's the goal, and that's the goal. That's the goal in building your brand. That's the goal in understanding that you're creating value and valuable content that is changing people's lives.
Absolutely. So many people are here in Houston and they want to go into entertainment.
Right.
And they always say you have to leave Houston to do it. What would you say?
I'm gonna tell you something. Here's the funny part. I came back to Houston to launch my career. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was successful in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles from 1990 to 2005.
Right.
Then Steve Harvey and I moved to New York from 2005 to 2007, and then 2007 we moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and set up our headquarters. Um, he lives in Los Angeles, and he still lives in LA. Of course, I live in Atlanta, and he lives in Atlanta and Los Angeles. I live in Atlanta and Houston. Um, and so I always tell people that in Houston, it's not sustainable income.
Right.
When I say that, they're not doing sitcoms down there. They're not doing movies. You get one-offs in
Mm-hmm.
Houston, but it's not Atlanta. Atlanta actually doing ongoing series. But guess what? An ongoing series, they only last 2, 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
12 months in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you can live in Houston, but you're gonna have to create the relationship somewhere else in order to have a career in Hollywood or a career in music.
In looking at Houston, do you think there will be any time or any way for entertainment to
No,
come here?
no, they haven't
Would you
changed the
like
law.
Atlanta?
They haven't changed the laws, and then they refuse to change the laws for some reason. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because some reason somehow they're saying they don't want to give those tax dollars.
Right.
But you'll make more money by generating tourism, hotel stay, celebrities taking photos of your cities and saying what they're doing in your cities. Atlanta's been very smart in developing their format,
Right.
their film and television format. Houston, Texas in general has been antiquated.
Wow. And they are missing out on so many dollars.
Absolutely, but some people talking about they happy with the dollars that they get because they justify. Look at the tax dollars that we're making. If we change the plan, we'll lose these tax dollars, and that's what stops it from changing.
Wow. That in itself is something. I like the way you said about living here. You can live here, but you're going to have to go outside of here.
You can definitely. Cam, here's the deal. You're doing your show here. There are people
Yes.
all over the country watching your show.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's important. There are
Mm-hmm.
probably people in other countries, South Africa, Europe, New Zealand. When I do my podcast, man, I can pull up the people who are watching my show or listening to my podcast. I have people in the UK,
Yes.
Canada, New Zealand, Australia,
Mm-hmm.
Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I smile because I want to be an international brand. I smile.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Cam. You ain't gonna stop me from being great. You can talk about me, but you ain't gonna stop me. Okay. And while you're over there talking, I swear to you, I'm over there getting busy on how I can be great, on how I can make money. That's why I created Money Making Conversation. And we having a money making conversation this whole hour right
Right
now.
now, right
Telling
this moment.
people how you can value yourself, brand yourself, and control your own destiny. But you better have effort to do it. If you don't have effort, stop listening to this show.
Yeah.
Because
And you got to do it.
I have no magic pill to get you there in the 24 hours or in
Right.
a day or a month or a year. The conversation we're having, if you're listening, is a lot of years. I met
Yeah.
Steve Harvey in 1986.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And he also talks about how beneficial that was in a sense of meeting you. You all met.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. He's an honest guy. We all you know, but it was time for me to establish my legacy. If I'm with him, I don't have a money making conversation platform. You
Yeah,
know, I
absolutely.
don't do a contract with the Air National Guard and win
Mm-hmm.
awards for my effort. I don't do that. And so that's why it's important that I do what I do, man,
Uh-huh.
for myself,
Absolutely.
and people have to understand that somewhere along the line you have to become selfish. And selfish oftentimes is used as a negative statement. But if you want to be successful, man, everybody who's successful is selfish for
Wow.
their own personal dreams. As
Right.
long as these personal dreams positively impact other people, it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. What would you like to leave with everybody? We're almost there. 2 minutes.
No, no problem. It's enjoyable.
I'm enjoying
My
you, man.
all the ice cubes gone. So that's a good conversation. I didn't take one sip of drink. I was so engrossed in our conversation, trying to help your fan base. Trying to get them over the hump.
There you
You know,
go. There you
hey, this
go.
one I'm gonna just tell everybody who's listening.
Yeah.
I've designed a platform called
Yeah.
moneymakingconversations.com. Moneymakingconversations.com. I personally designed that platform to provide you with information and assets that you can listen to famous people, people you don't know, influencers, CEOs, health and wellness experts, authors, film directors, producers, sports stars who are talking about their life. They are
Right.
talking about their platform that you may or may not want to be a part of. But if you
Mm-hmm.
want to be a part of that platform, I got something for you on my YouTube channel because I have
Mm-hmm.
it broken down to all my playlists. Just go to youtube.com,
Mm-hmm.
type in Money Making Conversations with an S. It will take you to my site, my channel, as they say. And on that channel, you can subscribe. And every time I upload a new guest, you get a notification. And you will stay abreast of all the information I'm trying to get to you on a regular basis. That's all I'm saying is that I'm tired of people going places, getting information, and people are getting charged. I'm not charging you anything. All this stuff is free. MoneyMakeConversation.com is free. You don't go to Money Make Conversation and then all of a sudden $9.99 pop up. No, you
Right.
don't go to YouTube channel and it says, "Hey, subscribe here. I'm gonna charge you later." No, it's free. All this is free. All this information is free. You can share with other people. I don't have a penalty on sharing. You can share my videos. So that's all I'm just letting everybody know. I've created a platform where if you want to understand about finances, you want to understand about overcoming the odds, you want to understand about entrepreneurship, you want to understand about being a better you.
Yes.
Money Making Conversation is why I designed it, and I want you to take advantage of it because it's free.
Absolutely. Contact
You can
money.
contact me at but got all my social media is at Rushion Mcdonald. People DM me all the time. I respond to their direct messages, and so feel free to do that. I love my LinkedIn account. It's Rushion McDonald. I post every week. I post my podcast shows every Wednesday. The new shows come out every week on LinkedIn that you can also get on all the popular podcast platforms like Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartMedia, and Apple. I'm everywhere, brother.
You are.
I'm everywhere, man.
I trust you, man. The ladies want to know, how do we get these recipes? They just hit me.
Okay, cool. If they want to know how to get my recipes, go to I have a Perfect Bake app. Go to the Perfect Bake app. It's Perfect Bake. It's shaped like a little muffin, a little cupcake. Download that app, and when you download that app, type in Rushion McDonald. And when you type in Rushion McDonald, it'll give you all 80 of my recipes for free. Again, free. Everything I do is for free. Wow. I have no strings attached. All my recipes are free. All my knowledge I'm trying to give you is free at my website, moneymakeconversation.com. You can go to bakerspotlight.com. That was set up for the bakers. If you want to know about good restaurants to go around the country to treat you right, it's Rushion Eats. I am a guy that's doing everything for free. People need to understand I have no strings attached. This is a money-making conversation, and nobody making any money.
None. You sure right. Oh my God. I thank you, my friend, for everything.
I appreciate it. I really, Cam, anytime you want me, man, I come on your show, man. I definitely want to make sure when you contacted me, I didn't drag it out. I immediately responded back quickly out of respect. And hey, man, you're trying to build your brand, brother. And if I can add one more stone or one more brick in that wall you're trying to build, brother, I will keep. We put some cement down. You know, got to put that little cement. I'm putting the purple Rushion McDonald putting the brick in right now. Boom.
There you go.
So I'm gonna put 2 in there. Boom. Okay. Because we did some extra work today, brother.
We did. I gotta come to Atlanta.
Absolutely. You know, like I said, I'm not flying. I'm driving.
Me too.
That's a 12-hour drive. I will drive. See, I'm not a firm believer yet in this pandemic, and I wear my mask. Yeah. I walk around with mine. On that, let's close on that. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
There's for African Americans, the pandemic is for real. It's affecting us, overtly affecting. COVID-19 is overtly affecting us. When the CDC released their report in Atlanta for April, 80% of the patients or people infected by COVID-19 were African Americans. In the state of Louisiana, 7 out of 10 affected by COVID-19 were African Americans. In the city of Chicago, 55%. Same number was high like that in Detroit, Milwaukee. So people of color are impacted by this for several reasons. We have underlying conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, poor eating habits. We have poor health wellness resources. We live in a very compacted lifestyle, apartments, and we deal with mass transit more than the average race because we are a race of color. So what do you do how do you do that? How do you do to overcome that? First, you get tested. Secondly, you wear a mask.
Yes.
If somebody next to you don't want to wear a mask, don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. If don't let nobody intimidate you in believing that wearing a mask is silly or unnecessary.
And a lot of
I have to say. That's why I want to close out on your show. Wear that mask. Wash your hands when you come back into your house. If you forget to wash your hands, go, did I wash my hands? Wash your hands anyway. Again.
Wash again.
And I got the hand sanitizers in my car. I got wipes in my car. I got masks in every one of my car just in case I leave the house and forget to bring it. Don't worry. Got my mask. I'm like Batman. I got my mask.
You got everything. You got everything. Yeah, I appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think you appreciate allowing me to close out on that statement about telling Black people to take care of themselves. Okay, all people in color to take care of themselves. That people of color include American Indians, Latinos, people who are underserved because the country believes that they have no value, and we all have value. And that must be respected. I appreciate coming on your show, Cam, and hey, man, keep blessing, brother. And I appreciate it. And I hope I affected the people that listen to your show or watch your show today in a positive manner. Thank you.
Absolutely. Love you, my friend. Take care.
Love you, brother. I'll be suited up next time. I'll suit it up next time.
No. I appreciate it. Take care, buddy. Bye. We're out of here on the Cam Hill Show on GMT Radio, Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 1:30. Take care. Bye.